Steady go.
How we doing?
Living the dream.
Good man.
As
Living
always.
the dream, that's it.
Yep. No matter what.
As the name of this podcast says.
Yeah, so I didn't tell you what will be the subject today.
No, it's a surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Go on then.
Do you have any expectations?
Well, I imagine it's going to be something quite deep, you know.
Might be, but
Well,
and as usual, we don't have enough time to carry on. But I think the previous subjects are also connected to it.
Right.
So, okay, the subject is destiny.
Destiny.
Yep, destiny.
Right.
Do you believe in destiny?
As in fate, another way.
Yes.
Yeah, fate.
Fate, destiny.
Um,
Or how do you understand destiny first?
how do I understand destiny would be that whatever is meant to be is meant to be. Okay? Some would say it's written in the stars, alright? That our path has already been carved out for us or paved for us. Which I guess to a certain degree maybe, but ultimately I think you've got to go out there every day and give it 100% to get to wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise nothing will happen.
Yeah, you have to. You have to put some effort. Yes.
Yeah.
But like we spoke about that book, Ask and It Is Given.
Yeah, which I looked at.
You started.
Well, do you not think it's interesting how you mentioned that book and the next day the person's
found
house
it.
I was at, it was on their bookshelf.
You found it.
And I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
What did you think to that?
There is no coincidence.
No,
Sometimes it may look like, oh, what a coincidence, but there is no coincidence. You've asked and it's been given.
Yeah.
And
It's been hot. Yeah, it's alright, take my jumper.
I can open the window a
No,
little
no.
bit more.
No, we're good.
Yeah, let's have some more air. Yeah, suddenly it became a little bit warmer in UK.
That's it, we're in spring now.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, let's go back to subject. So yeah, there is no coincidence. So you just gave a good example of destiny. Like it's been destined for you to find that information, to find that book,
Yeah.
start reading, and in that book you can find actually information that if something is not, they don't use word destiny. If something doesn't meant to be yours, you won't have it.
Right.
So it's like it must unfold in your life. It's like, and it kind of pissed me off, to be honest, because it's like I've been told my entire life that you have to work hard and you will get what you want. But sometimes you work really hard towards something you want and you can't get it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it feels like you're banging your head against the wall. No matter what you do,
Okay.
you just can't get it.
So, if you're working really hard towards a goal, you may not get that which you're after, but you do get other things in the process. So they say the person that you become in trying to attain something, that's what you get.
Yes,
Or
you
new
get,
doors may open, new opportunities may come.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So there is, the process have multiple aspects. I agree. It makes you who you are.
Yeah.
You becoming the person that you meant to be. And I've gone through some interesting videos in the past. Long story short, I realized through my experience that we are spiritual beings experiencing life through a human body.
Right.
I know it sounds, for most people, will sound like, how stupid is that?
Not for me.
But when you're getting older, you know, and you've experienced a lot in your life, it kind of makes sense to you, and that's why many people feel like, oh, that life is like, it's like playing the game. It's like you're getting a controller, you play the game, and there is a character in the game that you control. So you think, from your perspective, you think that you're having fun
Right.
playing that character, yeah. But on the other side, what if that piece of code on that computer game, while you playing, develops a kind of consciousness that you are not even aware of?
Right.
What if, shifting perspective,
Yeah.
what if the soul, that spirit, is playing the game, entering that body, because it's a different controller, let's say, and what if we are not only a character in the game, but also a controller,
Right.
because it's a different thing, because we create, as human beings, we create based on what we know on the higher levels. We cannot create something that is unknown to us. And that's why computer simulations are so dramatically similar to our life experience. Even if we create AI, did we create an AI or we just discovered AI? Maybe AI was here before.
Maybe.
Because there's a lot of things that we don't know. But going back to Destiny, it's like, so if the soul, if that spirit is the main controller, I also heard a lot about that before you were born, your soul, before entered the body, you picked your parents, you picked your life, etc., etc.,
Really,
etc. And that could be a definition of destiny, that you have to experience in your life what you've chose to experience. So let's say you have massive shelf with the games, for
Right.
your Xbox or PlayStation,
Yeah.
cool stuff, So you go into the shop, you see hundreds, thousands of titles. You pick one, I want to play this game. You're going back home, you put that disc into the console and you just play, You've picked the experience you want to go through.
You pick the experience you want to go
What
through.
if it's the same for the soul? That the soul picks the experience, the soul wants to collect the experience
Yeah.
through that human life.
And we did this before, whilst we was in the womb.
That's the theory I've heard. I mean, it's
And
for these people, it's not even theory.
Okay, and what
They believe in that.
and what was picked? Parents and
Everything, absolutely everything. Maybe not like what. You see, it's not very critical for your experience what you're gonna eat today. Yeah, what you're gonna eat 2 years from now.
Yeah, of course.
You have certain degree of free will. You have a lot of free will actually.
Right.
But some major things that happens in your life,
Yes.
they must happen. I'll give you maybe another example. Yes, some major things must happen. So let's get back, rewind when you were a child. Do you remember some specific skill or talent
Right.
in your life? Do you remember that
What
you've
that
been
I had?
passionate about something?
Oh, I enjoyed riding bicycles. Riding
Okay.
a bicycle.
You love it.
Well, not. I mean, I enjoyed it when I was a child. Yeah, when I was
Okay.
a youngster. Yeah.
So what you've been thinking? You had some plans that when you get older you will be
Yeah, BMX champion.
BMX champion.
Yeah.
Why you haven't done it?
I started smoking weed,
Oh,
and that was the end of that.
so there is distraction. So religious people would say, "Oh, you've been distracted by
drugs.
Satan,
Really, yeah.
devil, whatever you want to call it. By darkness." See, so many beliefs, so many names. You've been distracted. You've been pulled away from your big dream. Can you go back to it,
I could do.
or would you like to do it again?
Well, in recent years, I went and bought a BMX, and I went out on it a few times. I didn't want it enough, I did not want it enough but let's say I was 37 then, at 37 years of age, to go to the local skate park where there's 14-year-old kids and a 37-year-old man turns up. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to go down that path.
Does it matter?
For me it did, yeah. Yeah.
Well, you have to release yourself from that feeling, because
So
it's
I
just a feeling.
Mm.
If you really, really want BMX and you want to have fun, just have fun.
Mm.
A few years ago, I took my daughters, to there is a forest nearby, yeah? Oh, small one. But in the middle of that of that, I don't know if it let's call it woods. There is a place where some bikers created like some hops, some
jumps and that.
there is a ditch that you basically go up and down, and you can have some fun. And we were just cycling over there with normal bikes. You don't even need a specific BMX or something. But I guess that with BMX you could do some evolutions, not just slowly drive across. And so I had fun. I do enjoy cycling as well.
Yeah.
But I was never thinking about making a career out of that or a big passion. I actually have bigger passion than this, which is
music.
Playing guitar.
Yeah.
and I've done nothing about it, to be honest.
Oh man.
So I feel the pressure. More I'm away from that, more pressure I feel. This is interesting. So that's where I was heading. Like, if there's anything in your life that you feel like pressure that you must experience that no matter what, like whatever gonna happen, you have to do something about it. Is there's anything like that?
I'll shut the door.
Is that wind?
It's destiny.
Destiny. Someone entered. Ghost entered the chat.
It's funny.
No.
Yeah. What is there anything that? Ask that question again.
Is there anything that you feel that you felt a pressure somewhere deep inside, in
that
your
I need
heart,
to do something.
that you have to do it no matter what?
Just take responsibility for my life.
Well, that's
It's
entire life.
okay.
Like some activity, maybe this way,
What, an
like
activity?
passion.
Become good at boxing training.
That's cool.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that. No, I'm not scared. It's mainly
Wasps.
not the wasps, bees. I don't want to be stung by a bee.
No, I was stung once as a child. Yeah.
I have allergy.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So oh, I shouldn't reveal that publicly. Okay, leave that ghost in.
Yeah, be good at boxing training. I say boxing training because I'm not going to go and compete in boxing. So, but I would do the exercises, right? Going on the punch bag, shadow boxing.
Oh,
That's pretty much it.
That's interesting because what I thought about it's like, you see, doors.
Yeah.
There is a statement that when one door is closed, another opens. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the doors that keep constantly being opened.
Well, it doesn't shut properly on the latch, does it?
Yeah. It's,
Oh, I'll tell you what.
we are in the UK, so it is as it is. You've been born here, yeah?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what kind of quality you have we have in UK. When I came to UK as an engineer, I thought to myself, holy crap, honestly.
What, the quality of the houses?
Everything.
The
Quality of
infrastructure,
everything.
the roads.
Absolutely everything. Roads were not that bad, but now they are really crap. But when I came in here, before I came to England, I was watching Monty Python movie. Or a couple of them actually, because there was few of them. Yeah? And my mate was excited about it. He was laughing. I had no idea what's so funny. There is so much sarcasm. Back then, I had no idea. That sarcasm is like stupid for me. I'm beyond that. It doesn't mean I cannot be sarcastic. I can, but my sarcasm is like dead serious. Like people believe I'm.
I know.
Like it's true. But anyway, I've seen Monty Python, and when I came to England, and I spent a few months here already, and I've been watching everything that happens around, and I thought to myself, holy crap, that's whoever made those movies, the directors, the script writers and stuff like this, it wasn't their fantasy. They were just observing the reality of this country, and just put it into different scene to in the movie, analogy to the reality. But then I've noticed that this is British reality.
I've not seen them, so.
I don't, many things I just don't understand here, because it's like, whoa. And back then in Poland during communism, we also had films made by a very famous director. He was making a lot of comedies, named Stanisław Bareja, and basically he was capturing Polish reality from 80s, and making movies about it, and it was so funny, but not for everyone, because they understood that it's the reality we exist in. He's just capturing as it is, not Yes, he was colorizing things, to make it funny, But when you understood, not everyone was laughing of that. And the Monty Python is exactly the same, that someone made the film, but when you exist in that reality, in the British reality, that mentality, you're not laughing. Especially nowadays, in the last year, so many things change. In the last year, since new government took over, it's dramatic. I'm not surprised that so many people try to escape from this country. It suddenly became a goal for so many people to get rich ASAP and escape.
Well, do you reckon that this country offers the opportunity to get rich ASAP?
Yes, there are some opportunities, but as soon as you get rich, you don't want to stay here because because it's not a safe country.
No.
And there's even a joke about it that in the UK, being kidnapped being taken by aliens is no longer called an abduction. It's called a rescue mission.
Rescue mission.
It made me laugh, honestly. It's like when I heard that, I said, "Oh, that's kind of makes sense, especially for someone like me that moved from a different country and now I'm here and I see it's actually I see the same patterns and as when I was a little kid, and during communism, I've seen the same and it's actually turning the same in this country. So the new government, it doesn't matter who you vote for, their job is to implement great socialism in this country.
Right.
And the Brexit wasn't about anything they were saying about. Brexit was basically showing a middle finger to European Union and show them, you are too slow, guys. We're gonna show you how you can speed it up. The process, how you can speed up the implementation of that, great reset, whatever they want to call it. And that's what UK does. UK basically wants to be a leader of that transition. You never thought about it?
No. Transition of what?
From liberalism, from free world, etc., into great communism. Something like in China, they have credit score and stuff like this.
But the idea of Brexit was to get our freedom back.
No, it's always opposite. But we get into politics, so we see. So going back to Destiny. It's like if you accepted what it is as it is, it will become your reality. If you will pay attention to it, to that, well, if you will be focused on that, it will become your reality as well. So sometimes it's not for you. It's not meant to be yours. Yeah. To experience wherever it's coming. Yes, something is changing very fast, very rapidly now in UK, and many people, and we have a choice. Like only last year, a lot of wealthy people left this country. They closed the businesses, they paid exiting tax, etc., because it's not meant to be for them. So there is possibility they can move somewhere else to a different reality. Even within the same world that we know, they can move to a different country. There is different law, etc., etc., etc. Like we spoke recently, well, not right now as we speak, in some countries like Syria, Ukraine, there is war, etc., etc. But people from over there can go away, yeah? They can move somewhere else. Maybe not everyone, but a lot, yeah? So they can actually choose if what they want to experience. Do we want to experience war or we want to move somewhere else? That was the same choice for me. Do I want to remain in Poland and experience Polish reality, or I want to move to UK and, and experience different reality? And of course, if that wouldn't be my destiny, I would never make it, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's my perception, of course. So basically, like I said, now we have that choice. We see what's coming, what's ahead, yeah?
Yeah.
This country is number one right now in the ranking of how many wealthy people escaping from this country.
Really, yeah.
So England, UK in general, is actually a global leader of losing wealthy people.
Yeah.
And on the other side is the number one of taking, or maybe not, I don't know that actually.
What were you going to say though?
A lot of people coming in. There is a lot of immigrants in this country.
Ridiculous.
Last year, more
was it more than 1 million?
Population get up by more than 1 million. Yeah, mainly from West Africa.
Yeah. Sub-Sahara.
Ex-British colonies,
Yeah.
So we see. So on every one wealthy person, they need proportions. Yeah, it's 1 to 4. So on every wealthy person, they need about 4 immigrants to come over because they need to recover the taxes. So
and these migrants who are coming here, these 4 migrants, on average, how many of those are actually able to work? Well, firstly, are coming over legally.
Yes, we're talking about legal immigrancy.
Right. So they go straight into work, yeah? They don't go on
benefits? Yes. But they have some hectic conditions to maintain visa, and I wouldn't go for it. If I would have conditions like that when I moved to England, I would never come over here. But for these people, it's actually better to meet those requirements rather than, remain in their original countries. And that's scary. Because these people will do the things that we wouldn't. Like, they will work for less than we would work for.
I'm working for peanuts.
They would work harder than we would work. Like, for us, in the past, not long ago, was a standard work week was Monday to Friday, 35, 37 hours, and that's it.
Right.
And it was okay, it was enough, yeah? These people working 7 days a week, no break. It's crazy, and they work like 12, 14 hours a day. I've spoke with many people like that. They work mainly in like care houses. So
care homes.
Yes, but again, they've made that choice. They wanted to experience that reality. Yeah, they made the choice of coming here. The door opened for them.
Yeah,
and they made the decision: do I want to go through that door?
Yeah,
or not?
Yeah, I hear that.
And they made this decision to come over. So doors are open now, and you have to ask yourself, what meant to be yours? Do you want to stay here and experience whatever is destined for this land, for this country, or you want to move somewhere else? Because they're not even hiding what they planned, what they want to introduce in here. And I was thinking for most of that time in the last 5-6 years that that maybe people will wake up and we will stop that process, but it's not happening, not fast enough. So now I'm considering moving somewhere else, because within a year or two this place will be unlivable.
You mentioned about moving before. So since I've known you.
Yeah, it's a call for me. I'm meant to be moving.
what plans have you put in place?
I'm not gonna share, especially publicly, my plans, because here's the thing: if you keep talking about what you're gonna do, you're never gonna do it. So keep it for yourself and talk about it once it's done.
Yeah.
don't talk about your plans before you've done it. Otherwise, you will never make it, because it's neurological thing for your brain. If you talk about it, what you're gonna do, your mind will take it as it's done. And you've been talking about, you've been talking so much about it. You probably have it already. So why should I do it? I've already experienced it, because I've been talking to so many people about it.
Oh God!
And also there is like opposite energy as well. If you want something, people will be like, oh, this guy is talking about this, and they wish you. They don't wish you. They are not being honest. Even if they tell you that, I wish your plan, your dream would fulfill. They don't mean it.
Yeah.
They say,
I hear that.
and it's like negative energy against you, working against you.
It
doesn't work in your favor.
Yes.
It's something invisible. Many people wouldn't believe in that, but it is like that. Like if you're experiencing a lot of envy, in your life about whatever you have in your life, very quickly it will be taken away from you.
If someone is envious towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to cut these people out.
For example, if you have a nice car and people are envious about it, well, situation will turn against you and that car will be taken away somehow, one way or another. I'm living example of that, and I wasn't aware that it works like that. So if you want to have nice car, like fancy car, it doesn't even have to be expensive, but something that makes people feel envious, you have to be in the place where people are not envious.
So you've got to be careful who you choose to associate with.
Yes. I even read. I don't remember which book was it, but it was a story of a very successful businessman, and he bought himself a Jaguar. I think that was Joseph Murphy.
Never heard of him.
Successful guy bought himself Jaguar, and he was doing the business, as regular, and he was going to areas of the city where people are, let's say, they cars like Jaguar are not very common, and people are envy.
Yeah.
And his car been scratched multiple times.
Yeah.
So he said, "Oh, I cannot be using this car in this area, but I need to do the business over there still." He had to buy himself some regular car in order
to be able to go there.
To be able to get there without being punished with some damage.
Yeah, I get that.
But you see, that was actually fast, let's call it manifestation. That someone's envious energy been manifested straight away by hand.
Oh God.
But sometimes it's invisible. The force is the energy is being generated over and over and over again, and building up in a big force, and suddenly something will happen that in a consequence, you may lose that whatever people are envious about. Yeah. Like that example I told you earlier. Maybe in the future we'll talk about it, because I'm still in the middle of that and I don't want to spoil it.
Right.
I wanted to move freely in front of me and unfold, because I'm in a situation where something is happening in my life and it's so big that I don't even understand how can I be so calm about it. Because I have good reasons to be really, really pissed. Really.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Like, no matter how hard I try, I cannot get what I want. I'm in a situation right now where some kind of force, let's call it God, shouldn't be offensive, or
a higher power,
higher energy. Yeah, God maybe, that word may be offensive to some people. So let's say there is a higher force in a higher realm that now trying to push me into direction that that I meant to. Oh,
is that where you got the ghost? Oh, sorry. Is that where you got the ghost from? Ghost entered chat.
Well, yeah. Basically, we're talking about doors. Doors were being opened twice, and there is a ghost. My daughter put the sticker on piece of paper. That's kind of yeah. So we have a ghost. Ghost entered the chat. Yeah. So I'm in a situation right now where a lot of huge things happens in my life as we speak, and most people in this situation I'm kind of panicking at some point.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel calm at the same time because there's nothing I can do about it. Things happening, and it's like I don't understand why, and I'm actually receiving some informations through multiple channels. No, I'm not doing any channeling or something like this, but the information comes to me through synchronicity, and many people may not believe, but read the book. What's his name? Who was writing about synchronicity?
No idea.
I forgot his name. Never mind.
Oh.
We'll mention next time. I'll get some notes maybe next time.
Yeah.
But well, this recording is very spontaneous, so.
It is. You can always have notes.
Oh, Carl Jung. Carl Jung.
Oh, Carl Jung.
Yes, Carl Jung.
He was a psychologist.
Yes. So you see, it's not BS. We're not talking, fairy tales.
No.
It's a serious thing. So there is synchronicity. We've noticed that. He've noticed that phenomena, and basically wrote about it in his books. Yeah. So it is, and that's what I'm experiencing. Massive synchronicities. That up to a certain degree they keep me calm, because normally I would be raging. Normally I would lose my temper. I would lose my mind over the things that happens in my life right now. But that's how it works. So there's nothing else I can do. I can only sit and watch what is unfolding.
Witness to
it. It's like watching the movie. It's like sitting on the couch. Like, okay. Good scene, yeah.
But you're also the main character in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to be the hero.
So it can be upsetting, but it looks like when I look further in the past, I kind of see that I was prepared for that for a long time, years, man. It's been years. It's been most of my life, actually.
You've been preparing for this.
Yeah.
To be able to remain strong.
For everything that already happened and everything that will happen in the future as well. It's like I have no doubt now. When I think of my life, what I've experienced so far, it's like, oh wow, this is great. At the same time, it's scary, but it is big. It is bigger than than human mind can be focused on. It's insane, honestly.
Well, maybe it's your destiny now to move on to something else.
Yeah. So sometimes you have feeling like you live in calm life. You're doing things every day. Nothing really serious happens. You just carry on for years,
plodding through,
and
plodding along.
Yes, and then suddenly it's like boom. Things happens very quickly.
Yeah.
I actually experienced some a lot of times I've experienced things like that where I was living in Poland. I was carry on. I was doing regular stuff. More or less, I was happy, miserable. Juggling between two opposite feelings. And one day I've just met someone. I fell in love. Everything happened so quickly. We got married. We moved, and we moved to England. And
the rest is history.
But at that time, everything was happening so fast, and it was like so smooth, nearly like, oh, it's been destined for you. You've experienced that because that's what you wanted to experience, and everything was unfolding like whatever I wanted, bang, 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 everything was happening. But the question is, did I want it? I was never dreaming about it. It just happened, and I felt like, oh, now I know. I'm heading there. I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm doing this, and it's like, but from the perspective of time, I think like, no, I was never thinking about it, but it just happened.
So
I just carried on, go with the flow, and it's like, where did that came from?
So did you create that then?
It's been given to me.
It's been given to you.
But I wasn't asking. So that's why I'm talking about destiny. That sometimes things happens because you get off your path, I think. And it needs to be fixed very quickly, because you have to experience something. Let's say maybe I needed to experience getting married and having kids and stuff like this. But in my previous relationship, maybe some doors get closed.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I've met another girl, and I just smoothly jumped from, one experience into another experience, to experience, fast-paced movement, in my life. Get to the point, and then there was years of steadiness. So that's what I would describe as a destiny. That sometimes you have to experience something, and things move fast. When it's your time, things moves fast.
Yep, I agree.
And now I feel exactly the same. Like I'm at the beginning, because things that happened so far in the last few weeks, they are huge. They are huge, and it's like playing chess with against some genius. That no matter what I'm gonna do, it's like checkmate.
Well, you'll
checkmate.
find out.
I just can't win. It's like, what is going on here? It's like I just can't.
Maybe it's pushing you in. Maybe it's suggesting that you go ahead in a different direction.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you see, if I wouldn't experience that before in the past, I would be panicking now. But because I already have experience in that kind of things, I'm not really calm, but I'm aware that whatever is happening, probably it's happening for my good.
Yeah, that's it.
And I just need to trust and just watch it
and keep pushing to head in a positive direction.
Yeah, because that's the best you can do.
Which goes back to the beginning of the conversation, that even if destiny, it's all planned out for us, you've still got to push forward.
Yes, you have to perform some action, but you are being forced to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And you have no escape. That's what I call destiny. Like, sometimes big things happen. I understand that most people in this realm, they probably never experiencing that, and they never will experience that because they've been destined to have like a pretty basic life.
Well, I mean, they do say life is whatever you make of it. But anyway, we're going to have to wrap this up.
Yep. So let us know what you think about destiny, and how you see it. Drop some comments, and we'll keep reviewing them, and
keep pushing forward.
We hope to have some bigger audience, and
create our own destiny.
Yeah, and see how it goes.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
It's been a pleasure again.
Respect. Always.
To the next one.
That's it.
See
to
you.
The next one.